Here are three lovely Aglaonema hybrids. While these three plants are definitely attractive, the one on my right has grown a bit out of shape and needs a little bit of nip and tuck, as well as the other two are in need of repotting. So I'll be demonstrating in today's video how you can bring an Aglaonema plant back into an attractive shape and in the process get some planting materials. Plus I'll be repotting these two. So please keep watching. Thanks for staying, and let's get to work. I'll be starting with the Aglaonema that has grown out of shape, and for that I will be clipping off this long wayward cutting and set it so I have another plant. The others look fairly balanced. This is a little tall, but I think I'll leave it. Because these plants have been in this pot for over a year, I'll take the opportunity now to do some repotting. And for that, I prepared a potting mix. It's a combination of equal parts of vermiculite, perlite, compost, and washed river sand. The perlite and the river sand ensures the drainage. The compost provides the organic matter that retains some of the moisture. And the compost, of course, provides some of the nutrients and releases these nutrients at a slow, measured pace. And anytime I'm handling potting mix, I prefer to use gloves. And because I'll be cutting a stem of the plant, I'm ensuring that my cutting tool, secateur, is sanitized. And for that, I'm using isopropyl alcohol, 70%. And just spray it on, leave it for a minute or two, then wipe away the excess. I'm going to cut this long stem that has started to topple over, and I'll make the cut about 2 inches above the soil level. This is a full-size Aglaonema cutting. So I'll demonstrate how to pot this out in a minute. But first, I'll repot the mother plant. I'll be moving it from its 8-inch pot to this 10-inch one. I've placed a 1-inch thick layer of washed river stone to ensure that the drainage holes are not blocked by the potting mix. Then I'll fill the pot to this level before transferring the root ball. With a little pressure, the root ball should slide out fairly easily. The roots had started circling around the bottom of the pot. They are not too root bound as yet, so there is no need to tease the roots apart. Make sure it's centered, and next I'll top up with the potting mix and firm everything in place. Do you think the plant is balanced? Take a second look. I think from what I could see, this one is a little tall. It's taller than these, so it is a bit off balance. And let's sacrifice another stem. So I'm going to take this again, more planting material, and remove it. And I think what is left still looks pretty good. Now to finish the process, I'm going to apply 1 tablespoon of slow release fertilizer. It's a balanced mix, 14, 14, 14. Just sprinkle on the surface of the pot. Do a little raking in. So there we have it. We finished one of our 4 demos that we're going to be incorporating in this video. And now I'm going to show how easy it is to combine both the propagation phase and the potting out phase so you can expand your Aglaonema collection. The potting mix, I'm using the same potting mix as the mother plant. I put some gravel in the bottom, and what I've also done was to water the mix to receiving pot so that the soil can settle. Next, sanitize the secateur as well as the base of the cuttings. I'll insert the cuttings about 2.5 to 3 inches into the potting media so that these rather top-heavy cuttings will not topple over. Before inserting the cuttings, remove any leaves that will come in contact with the media. This reduces the chance of the stems rotting. Use a dibble stick to make the hole. This avoids bruising of the cut ends. Insert carefully and firm in place. And repeat the same process for the next cutting. Then top up with more media and finally water. I've skipped the fertilizing as this may burn the young roots as they emerge. Place the pot in a relatively cool area that is protected from direct sunlight and water sparingly. The cutting should start to root within 2 to 3 weeks, and within 3 months you should have a new plant, just as beautiful as its mother plant. Right, so we're doing the third activity, which is to give this a new home. Now, this plant was gifted to me, and thank you, Dion. I appreciate this new variety to my collection. Generally, when I'm giving a new plant, a plant that is new to the garden, I prefer to give it a brand new potting mix. And what we have here, nice roots, very nice roots. And as I tease out the roots, I can see that the potted media has a fairly high proportion of soil in it. By replacing this media with our free draining one, I would expect that the plant would grow much more vigorously. So I'll complete the repotting off camera following the same procedures I just showed you. Let's take a look at the third candidate for repotting. It seemed to have the similar issue, a relatively heavy potting media, and no doubt this has slowed the plant growth. But luckily the roots are relatively healthy, so let's proceed to repot. I'll be using a larger pot as I'd like a larger plant. Here are the results of the pruning, the propagation, and the repotting activities. These two plants on my right were not as stressed as these. They were repotted. They now have a very good rooting zone that within, I would think, a short order, they should start to grow and expand in size. At this point, they can definitely be placed in the environment in which you wish to keep them, and that is a relatively bright but indirect light indoors. So they have all their roots. They are good to go. By contrast, this one, which is only now being propagated, has to be placed in a protected area away from direct sunlight for at least 6 weeks. And here they are. One last look. And they're lovely. Well worth the work, isn't it? So this brings me to the end of this video. I hope you found the content of interest to you. We appreciate your support and your comments, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video. So take care. Bye-bye.